glad you're here with us tonight. And we have a lot of excited people in the house. So we will take questions right after John shows us what we're all so
Okay,
excited
this
about.
is the second webinar of the day, and we're going to talk about GladiaCoin. A nice place to come and visit everybody. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's in a good mood. Nobody's in a bad mood. So why don't you just jump on in? Get your swimming suit on and let's go. We're going to talk about Bitcoin a little bit here. History of Bitcoin in 2008, it started. Satoshi Nakamoto wrote a paper. Some of the other guys saw the paper, read the paper, and started producing this app for the internet called Bitcoin. And it was designed to be a currency, and it was designed to be a store of value. Those were some of the early thinkings and some of the early writings that they have, which prove that that was intent. In any event, in 2009, the first transaction occurred by somebody bought some Papa John pizzas, and they used 10,000 Bitcoins to do that. But see, back in those days, the thing was they started at 0.001 in value. They really weren't much, and they were trying to give them away to kind of get people to use them and get some funding for the guys that were putting all this stuff together. Anyway, I saw it, and I just turned away from it. I just said I don't want to do anything like that. As a Main Street planner, I'm involved in insurance partnerships, securities, and things like that. But by 2008, I had already dumped my securities licenses because all of those so-called legitimate legal investments were never turning out the way they were proposed, and everybody was losing money on the deal, and I couldn't do that anymore. And also the dollar, was going downhill. I looked at all the pension plans and stuff that I put together for people, and they had a lot of money in them, but they wouldn't buy anything. See, so all that work is really for nothing. So now when you get a Bitcoin, you own that little baby. It's all yours, and they can't take it away. Value of Bitcoin in 2010 was still pretty low at 10 cents. 2016, it's up at 9, and now today it's up in the 1240 ranges, and it's going to continue to climb. All indications are that Bitcoin is going to be a major currency and store of value all over the world, and it is a worldwide program. But these companies actually invested in Bitcoin. I really didn't know that, but I can see and understand why, because this thing is really a threat to them, because you don't need them. You don't need to transmit money through a Visa card or Western Union or any place like that. They're going to have to figure out how they're going to survive in some way, but I don't see how they're going to do it. So what you have to have in order to get started, though, is you have to have a software wallet. You have to go on to one of these companies that is a exchange and get yourself a free wallet. Now, the wallets, the most popular one, it seems to be blockchain. It's got 12 million members. Coinbase has 6 million members. Local Bitcoins is not a wallet. Local Bitcoins is kind of a peer-to-peer market for Bitcoins. Buyers and sellers all around the country, different parts of the world, offer some of the Bitcoins that they've invested in for sale, and they trade all the time. So you can go there and get some Bitcoins. Zappo, Copay, and the others are other kinds of wallets. Some of them are more for traders. Some of them are like blockchains, more for kind of a guy like me who just wants to, have a place to store them and then a place to receive them and a place to send them out. But BitPay, too, is a little bit different. It's got a Visa card associated with it, and you get that Visa card, and the coins can be used on there just like your regular debit card. You walk into any store that takes a Visa card, and you can use it. The other safe over there is talking about hardware wallets. Hardware wallets are a neat kind of thing that you can use to get your Bitcoins off the internet. It's kind of a little computerized system. It's about the size, a little bigger than a thumb drive. And you can carry that with you anywhere you go. You can even use it on computers that are not connected personally to you, like in a hotel or a public place, because you can do everything on that little secure device. You don't have to actually install anything on a computer to do it. So it's a way to safeguard your coins from any kind of internet hack or loss or shutdown, things like that. There's also another concept called paper wallets, and you might want to look into that. Just go to YouTube and search Bitcoin paper wallets, because there's some good concepts there too. You can shop with Bitcoins anywhere, almost anywhere in the world now. There are websites out there that list all the people that take a Bitcoin. And the cool thing is some of them have search engines for the product. In other words, what do you want to buy? You want to buy a house? You want to buy a coat? You want to buy shoes? You can find somebody on there that actually takes Bitcoin for that. but it's basically going to be designed just as a regular, ordinary, everyday kind of currency. And the neat thing is that when you have a Bitcoin in your hand, instead of like fiat currency, it's getting worth less every single day. These crazy people do the things they're doing. I mean, they're talking about, another $20 trillion on top of the debt limit we already have. Bitcoin gets more valuable every day you hold it, and it's going to continue that way. It's already been said that when Bitcoin finally gets fully fledged out in the system, each Bitcoin is going to be worth the equivalent of 1,000 ounces of gold. It's already past gold now. It's going to stay past gold. It's going to continue to go. If it drops below gold, that's a buying opportunity. Grab it as fast as you can get your hands on it. Get as much Bitcoin as you can and hang on to them. Some of those will be heirlooms you'll pass on to your kids or your family members. Now, what do we do here with GladiaCoin Elite? We trade with them. We give them capital and they use it in trading. And what is trading? Trading is buying low and selling high. It's taking advantage of the differences in values that occur between currencies and other stuff. Somebody wants remote control of my computer. No? Okay. So what happens with Bitcoin is that it's very, very volatile. You've got large swings up and down. You have daily price moves that you can actually generate profits from if you're on the upside or on the downside. And a good example of that kind of thing is back earlier in February, you could buy a coin for maybe $700 or so, and you could turn around and sell that same coin over in China for $300 more, $1,000. That's pretty good profit taking any day. But you need high-speed computers and a system to do this. It's got to be automatic. You can't have a human intervention. Some of these computer systems are handling, several thousand contracts on both sides of the deal 24 hours a day. They just don't sleep. They're always there, and they're always working the market. And we are getting some of that. Okay. Now, this platform is designed to be working primarily with the digital commodity. It's not designed to be working with the fiat structures. The rise of the cryptocurrency exchanges are what make this actually possible. You have exchanges in every country now, and you have multiple exchanges in multiple countries. And so because of the differences in location, the differences in value, they handle all these transactions. And that's what makes this all possible. The thing I like about it, I think the best is that we're not dealing with multiple currencies like we have to when we deal with currencies that have been put out by governments. A Bitcoin is a Bitcoin. It has value. When you hold that in your hand, it's yours. They can't take it from you. But you can use that Bitcoin anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's Australia, if it's in Russia, if it's in China, wherever it is, that Bitcoin has value and can be transmitted easily. Can be taken across borders with no problem. If you try to move money across the border now, you got real big problems. If you're driving around in your car and you got a bunch of silver or gold stuffed in the back seat or underneath the spare tire, just for safekeeping, and you get pulled over and they find that stuff, man, it's gone. The cops take it right now. They say, well, you must be a bad guy because the bad guys are the only ones that have this stuff here. We don't know, so we're going to take custody of it. And you never see it again. But anyway, the whole idea here is that it's going to duplicate your Bitcoin in 90 days. So you put your money in, you just let it sit there. They pay you 2.2% per day. And in 90 days, you've got double your Bitcoin. It's fully automatic. You don't have to think about it. You just have to be careful when you're setting it up. Make sure your name's spelled right. Make sure you got the right account. Make sure you've got your email in and your receiving numbers are correct. Little bit of detail, but that's all there is, and the system just runs flawlessly. It's run flawlessly since we've been in it, and the people that I've talked to that came in early December said the same thing. It's just flawless execution, and I've had some friends even say that this is excellence in programming, which is quite something to see. Anyway, don't tedious activities. You don't have to go around and chase a lot of people. You don't have to spend a lot of time at your computer every day. Of course, a lot of people enjoy with this program spending a lot of time at their computer because it's kind of fun, especially waiting for the daily payments to show up. Every morning they stop the computers, they do all the calculations for about 15, 20 minutes, and then they start sending the payments out to everybody so they all get their share. The international presence is cool because, as I said, a Bitcoin here is a Bitcoin there. It's the same. It's all over. It's all happening in real time, and you can do this thing on a PC, phone, or tablet. And it's really designed for phones. Well, you know, once you get your system set up, I think it's easier to set it up on a computer first. But once it's done, it's made to be an app for your phone. So you don't have to be any particular place. And what Andreas Antonopoulos says is that at any point on the earth, you have a Swiss bank in your pocket. I mean, it's not an account, it's the whole entire bank. You can originate loans, you can take money, you can send money, you can be anything you want that banking does right there. Okay, so again, it's in real time, it's easy to use, and you get the presence of the optional binary network, and we're going to talk about that here right away. So we've already covered what it does. It doubles in 90 days, and there's 2 ways to actually generate a cash flow by putting in some capital. So here we go. You put the money in, 4 Bitcoin, 90 days, you get 2.2% per day paid to your personal account. That's very attractive to me as a planner. I'm glad they're not holding any of that money. They're turning around as they get the money, they send it right back to you. 90 days later, you've got 8 Bitcoin. You do it again, now you've got 16 Bitcoin, then 32 Bitcoin, then 64 Bitcoin. You get to double 4 times a year that way. However, if you really want to make this thing sing, you have the opportunity to bring money to the company. How do you do that? Well, you tell other people about what's going on. And if you do that based on the account package that you started with or currently have, you're going to get a referral fee. That referral fee is put into your account and effectively accelerates very, very quickly the doubling of your coin, because that's the real thing that they're giving you here. It's not just a 90-day program. It's that they guarantee to double your coin in 90 days or less. The or less part comes in with the binary program. So even though some people say that they don't want to do any referral and stuff, people are still going to be getting binary stuff because there's quite a bit of spillover here. And as that goes down those legs, it's going to come under those people and it's going to have an economic effect on them. Now, the only thing you have to do to turn that on, to qualify to receive those that effect, is you need to have 1 personal referral on your left, 1 personal referral on your right. Okay, so it's very simple. This is the structure of it. It's all the way down and it goes to infinity. You take a position here, and we recommend that if you're going to take this position here, if you can do it, control this position on your right and control this position on your left immediately under you. Teach everybody to do the same. Why? Because, well, when you get this position here on top pumping out 8 Bitcoin a day, because that's the max, you can't get any more out than that, it's time to set up another account. Well, look here, if you own this position here, it qualifies you to receive the binary program, but it also allows you to have a second position that's already ready to start pumping out Bitcoin. Because in order to get this top position pumping out 8 Bitcoin, you've got to build that right leg. You're going to be having people and referral people down there. Same with the other side on the left leg. You're going to have that thing growing. And so once you max the top position out, then you start doing it here. But see, the right side of this is already completed. All you got to do is on the inside leg, you got to put some people there and begin building that inside, and you max this one out at another 8 Bitcoin a day. Do the same thing over here in the third position. So that's 3/8 is 24. That's 24 Bitcoin a day. I mean, that's 240 Bitcoin per month. Why wouldn't you do that? What would stop you? Now, there's one other concept that you need to understand, and that's when a person starts and they double their money. So let's say a bunch of people started with not 100 Bitcoins, 1 Bitcoin, put a decimal point there, or put 1 here, 1/10 of the Bitcoin. But 50 people did that. Out of those 50 people, they're all going to double their Bitcoin. They're also going to renew their contract, because if you don't renew the contract, you don't retain the binary. You lose it. So why is that? Because they pay every day. You've got to be in the loop. You can't just decide, oh, I want to take a vacation, I'm not going to pay attention. Well, you could, but that would pull you out of the system, because this thing has to pay every day, right? You can't be sitting there. So what happens is you get somebody to do that. Well, you take a computer with you, or you take your thumb drive hardware wallet with you and go around and travel wherever you go. Just make sure that when you're getting close to that point where you're going to be right there about ready to renew, you need to check the computer every day to make sure that you absolutely are ready to do that. And all you do is click a button, make your payment, put your payment back in, and start the whole process all over again. It's that simple. But if you're not going to do that, You're going to be pulled out of this line reconnects up, and you can't be inserted back in. That's one of the reasons why everybody's retaining the binary and renewing all the time. It doesn't make any sense. If you put together a team here and you got 50 Bitcoins below you, constantly pumping up units that you get credit for to pull out Bitcoin, I don't know why you'd ever even want to stop it or even consider it. But that's an important thing to know. Okay, here's the plans. This plan is, we show this one directly first and by itself because it's a very important one. It's one that does not allow doubling. So all the other plans have doubling component with them. The guarantee of the 90 days, double your Bitcoins in 90 days. This one does not. It only allows a person to come onto the platform and receive 5% of the binary program. They intentionally are going to build, they don't have any money. They can't put anything in. They can't buy any Bitcoin, because that's what you do. You buy Bitcoin and put the Bitcoin in here. You can't think of Bitcoin as money. Most cases it's not, but it can be turned into what's called money, government money, dollars, pesos, or whatever. And so it has a real value. So this helps a person who doesn't have any money get to this plan, which is the 10% plan. And this is the one that begins the doubling. And you get 6% referral fee on the people that you refer to the binary program. So moving on, we got another one that we can do. And then the sweet spot's here, right there. The half a Bitcoin. If you're on the low end and you can't do the half a Bitcoin, then do what you can and do it the best you can and try to control 3 positions at the same time. It's just going to help you make money. It's amazing how it works when you get up to the 4 Bitcoin level with those positions. They just are little money pumpers, you know. That's what everybody wants, is money pumpers. Anyway, the Spartacus 4 plan doubles in 90 days. You receive 9% of the binary, which is pretty cool. You know, a 10% referral fee is not bad. You can earn 30 Bitcoin a month that way, doing that. Okay, there's 1250, 30 Bitcoin. You think that would help you? Think it would change your life, change your future, allow you to help a lot of people? Sure, no doubt about it. But here's the sweet plans. And here's the sweetest of them all, Spartacus 7. That's where everybody needs to go and target that. We dribbled in because we had a lot of losses in the past and we were very concerned and everything like that. I looked at everything. I could see no problems with it. No, I don't know the owners of the program. I don't really care to know them. I don't need to know them. I'm sure they're nice people. All I care about is, are they paying me? And the fact that they're paying the money directly every day, it's verifiable. You can check your financial statement. You'll see the money come in on your ledger in your blockchain account. It's just incredible. So the Spartacus 7 plan doubles in 90 days. It's 4 Bitcoin. And you can accelerate that by using the 15% binary referral. Now think about that. Down there in the lower plans, it was 5%, 6%. You start there, and even if you double those referral fees, you're still not up to that 15%. That thing really sings, makes a huge, huge difference. And look at that. You can pull out 8 Bitcoin every single day, 240 Bitcoin a month. And if you get 3 positions, that's 720 Bitcoin a month. Well, let's say 720 Bitcoin a month times the current price of Bitcoin. How much is that? Do the math. Now, we know Bitcoin is going to increase in value because there's only 21 million coins. It's done on purpose. And it's also done to slow down the mining process. They don't want an inflationary environment. They want a scarcity environment. Scarcity is actually what creates the value. Gold, silver, all that stuff, we know it's valuable. We know that it's on the earth, but we don't really know how much there is in terms of value, storehouse of value. Gold tends to be that because you can pack a lot more value in gold than you can in silver, which you could carry around in a wheelbarrow in gold, probably take a semi-trailer truck in silver, okay? They just don't have the same value structure. However, Bitcoin is in excess of that, and it will be in excess of that. It is going to be the thing to have in your possession years and years from now. Some experts have said you only need 1 Bitcoin. That's going to take care of everything down the road, but in the meantime, you got to eat, right? So you might as well get some Bitcoin that you can use to spend so that you don't have to hold all of it and just wait for it to come. But this year is suggested there's going to be some real economic upheaval, and this Bitcoin is going to start climbing even more rapidly than it is now. The bottom line is that people don't really realize yet the revolution that occurred in 2009 when blockchain technology was invented, and robotics are beginning to take over, and blockchain technology will manage it and control it and document it. You don't need the people to do most of these things. That means there's going to be hundreds of millions of people out of work. Very happy thought, isn't it? Not at all, I'm sorry to say, but people are not paying attention. If you've got Bitcoin, we can create our own economy.
Up your walls.
We don't need
I will have
to
touch that up. I'm going to come in here this spring and paint your heater.
Anyway, you could probably use Bitcoin to buy the paint. That'd be cool. All right, listen. How do you get started? You choose the plan that's suitable for you. Suitability is important. You want to make sure you do the right thing that you're comfortable with doing. I would never put any money in here you can't afford to lose. I have no crystal ball. Of course, a lot of people use crystal balls, but I'm stuck with the Magic 8 Ball. That's the one I like the best. And you can start now, and you can double your Bitcoin in 90 days. Just get back to the person that referred you to the program and get with them and pick out the plan you want. Let them help you get your blockchain account open. If it's not already open, get your coin and get that into the thing, and then choose your plan and get going here. You're welcome aboard. One of the reasons that I'm doing this is because if I can help you protect your financial future, I'm actually protecting my own financial future in the process. That's the most important thing here. Helping people understand the need for this and the urgency of it and a way to get Bitcoin, because you will not be able to get Bitcoin in the future if you miss this one. This is the second benefit. It's just getting started. This is going to run for quite a long time. You know, when Bitcoin starts jumping up by 3,000, 5,000, 13,000, 20,000, it's going to be big jumps, and it's going to shake a lot of people, and we're just going to be sitting there just nice and happy playing with our coins. How cool is that? All right, anybody got any questions? Anybody want to talk about anything? Any comments? Welcome aboard. You're welcome to have the platform. Just raise your hand.
This is an awesome program, and you really do need to take a serious, hard look at this by getting back to the person that invited you here. Norm was saying in the chat room, we got to watch out for those words, you know, the terminology we use, so that we don't raise red flags to the three alphabet agencies that want to try to tax us on this and try to control it. Once that money goes, once the Bitcoin is paid to your wallet every day, you own it. My bank can't come in and take it away from me for overdraft charges or overpayment on anything. So this is beautiful.
And it gets more valuable the longer you hold it.
So I ask you, Norm, to please put up please write a paper and tell us what we should and should not say in the terminology. We'd all appreciate that. How about some people that have been in the program? Would you like to share a few words and share some of the things that you've seen with this program since you've been in? Please feel free to speak right up. Luke is putting his son to bed. I like to follow Luke's story because he's only been in like 14 days and he's just having tremendous success.
He is.
Congratulations.
Really.
I know who I'm going to pick on. Where is he? Where is he?
Hello, my name is Monty. I have a question.
Okay.
Shoot.
So when you talk about the binary system, and for instance, I saw the last one was 4 Bitcoin, you get a 15% bonus. What is that bonus based off of? I don't understand.
Well, what you're doing is you're referring people to the platform. You're essentially bringing money to the table.
Okay, so if I refer someone and they come in with 1 Bitcoin for $1,200 and I was at a level 7, I would get 15% of that?
No, it depends on where they land. In other words, with a binary, you have a power leg and you have a weak leg. You can pay it on the weak leg, or some people call it the lower leg. So where do they land? If they came in with money and they're on your power leg, no, they're just building your bank that you're going to pull off of. So every time you bring a Bitcoin on this side, you're gonna take off a Bitcoin on the other side. Balances itself out. So on your weak side, a point on this thing is the number of Bitcoins. So if you've got 5.3 points on your weak side, you're going to get 15% of that every day. Every day, whatever the point count is, you're going to get 15% of that point count. That's how it works. And then that's paid the following day.
Okay, so you get paid on your weak leg on a daily basis.
Correct. You get the 2.2%, every day, whether you got points or not.
On your own money.
Yeah, and then they bring in the additional amount. So if you're generating approximately 50 Bitcoin a day on your weak side, you are you're cycling 8 Bitcoin every single day.
So everyone below you is calculated every day, or just the new people that come in?
No, everybody. Everybody. Are you familiar with carrot bars?
No.
Okay. Well, carrot bars and others have a binary system that's also based on an infinite thing. So whenever anything economic happens, everybody in that line gets points. Okay. This one works the same way. So if, but not everybody's going to get paid the same amount because they're going to have a different amount on their other side, on their power leg side. Some people won't be doing it at all, right? So some people that are working the program and following the rules, so to speak, can generate 8 Bitcoin every single day. Some people are growing by hundreds of people on a side. So the way you maximize this thing is you have more than one position.
Right. But on, let's say, for instance, Coinbase, if you wanted to buy Bitcoins right now, what's the maximum it's allowing you to buy right now? $1,000 a month or something like that?
It's different for everybody's, you know, and I don't see any rhyme or reason to the way they make their decisions about who gets what. I mean, some people have come in and gotten a $5,000 weekly limit through their bank account, and other people can't get $50.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I got no rhyme or reason why that's even the case. But frankly, let me tell you something. It's a problem for people initially generally to get Bitcoin because the system's really afraid of it, and the system makes it very difficult for you to begin getting started. It makes it kind of complicated and messy. A lot of people don't like to deal with messy.
Okay.
What happens? Excuse me. What happens is after people get rolling along, then everybody's got Bitcoin. So if you are referring, you're helping your people get Bitcoin. You just offer to give them some Bitcoin. They give you the money for it, and now you can get them started. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, at the very beginning, you were talking about ways that you could use your Bitcoin. Like, for instance, I have some Bitcoins right now in a blockchain account. But you were saying someone has like a Visa card that you can attach to that?
Yeah, there are Visa cards and MasterCards. Just go on and Google Bitcoin debit cards.
Do you get those through blockchain or no?
Well, not blockchain. They are going to be offering that, I believe. They don't even offer coins right now at all.
Well, they're in the works. They're in the works. But you can get them from any place like Uphold or Coinbase.
Monty, this is Francis. I can tell you how to do that, Monty. This is Francis. I've got a Coinbase shipped card. It's very easy. It's $10, and you can spend it anywhere just like a Visa.
Okay.
No, another unique wallet is Uphold. Uphold is not a US-based wallet. It also allows you to set up different accounts in different currencies. So if you got Bitcoins in there and you want to take them out in yen, you can actually get that yen from them. Kind of cool. Also, they have virtual cards, I think, as well. Researching these wallets can be very interesting. I mean, there's quite a few out there, and they all do different things. So just be careful. I mean, by careful, I mean make sure that you're dealing with somebody that's reputable and has good references. Because there are people out there that offer these fantastic wallets, and they plan on keeping everything you put in it.
Yeah, use somebody definitely that's reputable. Check them out.
BitPay also has a real good deal with a card.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's right, William. So, hey, William.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. I just wanted to hear your daily progress.
Well, another $2,500 payday. Didn't quite match up with yesterday because yesterday was kind of a misnomer for me. It was like over $5,100.
Wow.
But you know, hey, they happen. And as I put in the chat, I haven't had less than $1,000 payday in 2 weeks. So I mean, this thing works. I would advise anybody that is interested in earning some good money with Bitcoin, get in, and as John said, get as many positions as you can.
You know, we're beginning to see $1,000 days. That's $365,000 a year, you guys.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I like it when you do that.
I do too. And you know, I got excited when I saw $50, and then it just kept going up and up and up. And that's how we stepped up through this program. Like I say, I was skeptical, so we took it a step at a time. But if I had it to do all over again, I would hit the ground running. I would just jump in at start 7 if you could, and
Start
watch it.
7. What do you mean by 7? Start 7.
4 Bitcoin
It's
plan. This
Spartacus
Spartacus
7.
7.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't waste any time with the you know the smaller numbers. I wouldn't have been so skeptical.
Would you suggest doing? Would you suggest doing one Spartacus 7 position or 3 Spartacus 4 positions?
Well, it depends on if you're going to build the binary. You always have to have a direct referral on your left and your right in order to kick that binary into working for you. So you could take 3 positions, which a lot of people do. They're taking the top position and then putting themselves at the right and the left, and then you'll be qualified and start to build. And it's beautiful. Then every morning, just like clockwork, you get to.
So actually, you could start a Spartacus 7 in your first position and do Spartacus 2s on the left and one on the right.
Yeah, sure.
Point
Yeah.
0.1 or above on the lower ones to start.
Right, and then you'd be qualified at that point.
Yeah, but you always want that 7 going, cranking right off the bat, because that's 50% referral fee is a major booster.
And you will want to try to get those other 2 positions qualified as soon as you can, so they'll pay binary as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's how you're doing it. And you're just doing it right all the way around. There's no doubt about that.
I'm doing my best.
To the gentleman who's talking, how did you start? What did you start with, and how many people have you personally referred?
Wow, I started at 0.5, half a Bitcoin, and I started on the 17th of February. As to how many I have, great day. I haven't counted. I would venture to say probably between the 3 positions though. I know I have probably in the neighborhood of 100, 150 below me. I didn't sponsor all those. I probably sponsored 20 people, maybe 25.
Okay, perfect. And you said you're now making on average how much a day?
Well, yesterday I made over $5,100, but I made 2,500 plus today, and I haven't made under $1,000 for the last 2 weeks. I have had other $2,500 days. So you know, like I said, I haven't had anything under $1,000 for the last 2 weeks.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, man.
Anybody else?
Yeah, sorry, I had to mute out. My dog's going and the roosters are crowing. And
Oh, the rooster. I haven't heard the rooster.
This is called live. Coming to you live.
She's got one heck of a rooster.
All right. Luke is putting his son to bed. I don't see Jim Ram on here. Does anybody else want to speak up? Tell us how you're doing. I'd love to hear the
well, I kind of like to hear from some of the people that are just kind of sitting here listening to us, because they obviously have had experiences in working different kind of programs, and a lot of them are probably taking a look for the first time. What's their impression? I mean, they got to be kind of curious.
Okay.
So have at it, you guys. We got some time here. Just have a good discussion about this stuff. Don't be bashful. Hey, Frank Delgado, what are you working on, man? I know that you've been looking at this and starting to work on it.
Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm kind of curious about what's going on over there, because you guys really had some big plans from what I heard last time.
No, they're coming in on Saturday, and like I said, we got about 3 millionaires coming in on Saturday.
Fantastic.
And
congratulations.
They're coming in. They're looking to come in with the 4 Bitcoins.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would suggest that. I definitely would.
Well, I'm sure they see it, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to help them set up their blockchain accounts and show them how to maneuver the back office. And I got a meeting set up for 12 o'clock on Saturday.
That's fantastic.
Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I knew you were, well, and you just kind of came over here from Puerto Rico because you just became a grandfather of some beautiful twins. Congratulations on that. You got the world by the tail right now, the millionaires and the babies, and life is good, huh? That's great. Well, God bless you and your family. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks, John.
Okay, do we have any questions? Anybody?
I just like to say, you know, it's a good thing, you know, do this thing, and it's even better when you help your people. You know, don't just bring them in, y'all, and leave them hanging. Help them. You know, let them know you're here to see them through. And if they got a question, you know, get them answered one way or the other.
Absolutely. And we have a Facebook group that is phenomenal. We have the best bunch of people in there, and they are willing to help answer questions all day long. We're all so excited just to see everybody be successful with this.
There's the Facebook group right there.
No doubt.
Yep.
Great group.
John, are you there, John?
I am.
John, it's Andre. Is there a recording for this? You did an amazing job, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Everything is on. We upload these to the Facebook group. We upload them as a file that you can download, or you can just sit there and watch them as a video.
I'm sorry, cut out. Can you repeat?
Yeah, we upload all of the recordings to the Facebook group. You can download them as a file, or you can just sit there and watch them as a video.
Okay, that's the Facebook group. Is that the elite?
Right there on the screen. See that?
Oh, well, I got to go back. Hang on. Sorry.
Okay.
Frank saying, once again, don't wait. Get in, everyone, and learn while you learn. Absolutely. You know, a couple months ago, I didn't know anything about Bitcoin. So go watch those videos with Andreas Antonopoulos, and he is the guru. He will tell you everything you ever want to know about Bitcoin. Go ahead, Andrea. And Andre, did you have something else?
Thanks, John. No,
okay.
Appreciate that.
Okay, and also subscribe to CryptoCoins News, coin plural, CryptoCoinsNews.com. And it's not overwhelming, but they send you several things. Subscribe on your phone. It's pretty cool because they come in as a notice, and they're a quick read, and they keep you abreast of what's really going on. And if you like, keep a couple, you just forward them over to your email, and, you know, erase the rest. It's a good source.
We have Coach Cola. Do you have a question tonight? How are you this evening?
Hey, I am blessed and highly favored, as are you.
Thank you. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
I just want to comment that I truly appreciate what you and John do. We have a similar background in financial planning for 33 some years. And I like the idea that you show the beginning where you started with just 0.05, because sometimes when you're showing I'm making $1,000 a day, $3,900 a day, sometimes people might think, well, shoot, I must have to put $1 million in it.
Right.
But and even when you showed your account, I was looking the other day, and I saw a lot of 0.05 and a lot of 0.1, and I said, wow, you know what? This is very empowering, that people can know that they can start small if that's what they have to do, but yes. it empowers you and builds that faith to where you could go higher. I started 6 days ago, and I reached my 0.035, to where I got paid into my blockchain wallet.
Great.
I said, okay, so this thing is really working, at least on a personal level. Now we can go higher. So I really appreciate the exceptional job that you do.
Well, thank you. And, that's, I was very skeptical, and we didn't have a lot of funds. So that's, we came in and then we stepped up the steps, 1, 2, 3. I think we reached 7 by our 16th day. So it is very achievable for anybody that has a heart and wanting to do this.
I really want to stress something.
Level.
People, we really are facing some serious potential problems in the economy worldwide. If people are not willing to do a little bit of research, And they come into this saying and they say they don't want to refer. Well, so far everybody that said they don't want to refer is referring. They're just telling people what's going on, because that's what people do.
That's true. Yep.
Something good happens and they got to tell everybody, hey, gosh, look at all this money it's accruing in my account. I get this little beep and there's money I got in my account, and they show it to their friends and stuff. And the friends say, well, how can I get some of that? And so then that leads them to a referral. But the point is this: if we don't take this seriously and start creating our own economy and put ourselves in a position to control our own financial future, regardless of what these crazy people do, we're going to be in real trouble. You're going to have to go to the crazy people and you're going to get your handouts. I don't want to be in that position. I'd rather we do what Venezuela's doing. They're trying to shut down the miners and arrest them and all kinds of stuff. The average person can still have Bitcoin. But you know what they're doing? They're doing their own economy, because Venezuela has no economy right now. And they're using Bitcoin to buy food and other goods and services from Amazon direct. Amazon delivers the stuff down there outside the border. They go outside the border, get the stuff, and bring it back. That can be done everywhere, even here. There's no need, unless people just really just seem to be in la-la land and don't care. I mean, they've got to know something's going on and something isn't right. You got to spread the word. We got to get as many people healthy and safe in their own finances with this kind of program. It's really important.
And so many people are working, 60-hour weeks. They don't have time to pay attention to the news, or, and people are getting laid off. And just go share it with them. If especially single families struggling, this is a fantastic program. Somebody in the chat was asking, can you spend your coin? Yes, we were talking about that, those debit cards earlier. You always want to make sure that you have enough to renew that position that you come in on. And then, you're free to do whatever you want with your money, with your Bitcoin, because it's yours. It goes straight to your account every morning. Singapore closes down at 8 a.m. for about a half an hour, and then every day, just like clockwork, we're receiving.
Yeah, you never want to spend all your Bitcoins. You want to get your stake, keep it up, keep it safe, and be ready to do your renewal, because you never know when a flood of points may come up and all of a sudden you're cycling and you don't have the Bitcoin because you've been spending it.
Yeah, you always want to make sure you got your bases covered first. Eric Francois, did you have a question? I keep seeing your phone getting unmuted. Did you have a question?
I was trying to get on to listen, but I just got onto the program. Onto the call.
Oh, okay.
But I do know, I do have a little bit of knowledge on cryptocurrency.
Oh, great.
Going back a couple of years, the company tried to create their own currency. But I should have bought Bitcoin back then.
That's what we're all saying. Kick it ourselves. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Huh? Hindsight is always better than foresight. Sometimes.
I did join Coinbase. They gave me a $1 they gave me $1 promotional Bitcoin. And just the other day, when Bitcoin went up $100 in one day in value, I looked at my account and it was up over $4 in Bitcoin value.
All right.
So I know it's real.
Yes, it certainly is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. So my good friend Joe sent me some information.
Joe, yeah. Well, you just run back to Joe and he'll show you how to turn that $4, double it. Actually, you have to come in with 0.1, but he'll show you how to double that right quick.
Okay,
yeah.
Well,
we're glad to hear.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In the so you cycle. How do you cycle? I just need to know how, but I missed most of the presentation. I probably should go on. Do you have a recorded presentation?
They're all recorded at the Facebook location.
And that group is right there. You're free to go in there and listen to all our webinars. And there's a training back there and all kinds of great people. answer questions. And this is a great team,
I want
phenomenal
I
team.
want you to suggest, if you become a member of the Facebook page, what we want you to do is get your friends list and start bringing them into the into that page, because
Yeah.
we create events. In other words, an event is, we're going to do a webinar or something like that, and we'll create that and we'll send it out to everybody that's in there.
Well, and
Okay.
you're able, I can only send so many, but then once that event's created, everybody can share it to their friends list.
Right.
But they have to be a member, or you have to be in the group before that can happen. And we also ask that you let them, give them a heads up. Just don't slam somebody in there and,
I've already got
they'll be
people
saying,
that I
"What's
told
this?"
from Saturday.
Mhm.
I've talked to people. I said, "Did you know that Bitcoin went up 100 points?" And I said, "I don't know a way for you to get in to buy Bitcoin, but I can tell you this. I gave them my testimony of the $1 turning into over $4
Yeah.
in my promotional coin base or whatever it is site, and I'm telling you, you need to buy Bitcoin. If you don't do anything else, buy some Bitcoin."
Yeah, really.
Absolutely. Yep. We need it. We need it. It just floors me that, people are already surviving and living, paying all their bills and everything with Bitcoin. And I've got a couple grandchildren and who will never know traditional banking. It's all going to be digital currencies when they get old enough to
I want to just say this. Thursday night, I went to a meeting, and a gentleman from Korea pulled up his cell phone and showed everyone I guess his good friend just bought a $280,000 Lamborghini with Bitcoin. And he showed the picture of the Lamborghini. It looked like,
that is
oh my
awesome.
God.
Yes,
Like,
yes, you can buy cars. I just read that story the other day. It's like that was the highest amount of Bitcoin anybody has ever spent was on a Lamborghini. So it's amazing. Get used to it, everybody, because the future is now. So
Yes.
all right. Do
Yes,
we
it
have
is.
any more questions? Well, we're glad you're here. Get back to the person that brought you here and hit the ground running. That's my advice.
See you tomorrow
Hit
at
the
noon.
ground running. All right. We're here Monday through Friday, noon and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So write your questions down if you didn't get them answered and come back, bring some of your guests, and we'll talk about this again.
Okay, bye everybody.
All right, Ray. Thanks, you guys. You have a very blessed evening. Take care. Bye-bye.